Hi, I'm Sarah, and this is my context analysis. Okay, so the chosen school for this context analysis is situated in the Southeast region and is a co-educational independent school. Approximately 1 in 5 students have English as an additional language or dialect, and the socioeconomic status is higher than the national average. The school currently offers HP up to Year 10 and have a sport and recreation style elective unit for Years 9 and 10. For senior, they have recently added sport and recreation to the HP offerings, along with senior PE. In the current program, there is an issue that 1/3 of the HPE focus areas in the curriculum are not being covered. So to determine the focus area that needs to be addressed as a priority, I will use Davis's validating ideas and problems prompts. To narrow the issue down further, the school website and blogs were investigated to see if there's a particular focus area that needs addressing as a priority. The school blog notes that there has been a rise in students reporting with stress and anxiety. Considering that mental disorders such as anxiety and depression are becoming a leading burden of disease for young people, addressing the mental health and wellbeing focus area seems to be of utmost importance. The main people who are most impacted by the issue are students, particularly those in years 10 to 12, as mentioned by one of the school counsellors. According to the Australian Institute of Health and Welfare, approximately 1 in 7 children aged 4 to 17 experience some mental illness. Counsellors at the school have reported a 15% rise in students needing counselling over the last year. After asking the what, who, and why, I conducted a literature review by using the ERIC database and QT library. I found a bunch of articles. So Fitzpatrick reflects on how HPE is perceived in different schools in New Zealand and how many schools do not value the HPE curriculum, believing that it is only about playing sport. Wickland et al. Found that many HPE teachers have very small understandings of health, which led to parts of the HPE curriculum not being taught at all. Many papers identified the importance of wellbeing programs. Olsen et al. State the importance of having a whole school approach to community resources and wellbeing. Similarly, Carroll et al. Suggested that schools are a key for building lifelong holistic ways to promoting mental health and wellbeing. Bartholomew et al. Found that high school students were most concerned about school and academics when relating to mental health and wellbeing. Cassidy and Boulis studied wellbeing and academic stress, finding that students from slightly higher socioeconomic backgrounds experienced more academic stress, which would relate to the school context. Although many year levels can experience this sort of stress, the transition from year 10 to 11 can make students aware or more aware of academic pressures and therefore increase the stress. So to determine the root causes, I summarised the literature, brainstormed some ideas and potential causes of the identified problem, and created a SWOT analysis. In summary, most of the root causes are around the perception of HPE, both within the HPE department and the school leadership team. This is especially evident for the health strand, where some topics are not covered or valued. Another number of root causes relate to the delivery of health currently, where many topics such as nutrition and drugs and alcohol are delivered using a biomedical view. This contradicts the content and pedagogy of the mental health and wellbeing focus area. So some implications for teaching. So without teaching the full content areas of HPE, this also means that a holistic approach to HPE cannot be taken. There is currently a disconnect between the health and physical education strands of the curriculum, and considering that health is multidimensional, there are opportunities to integrate these strands. Another teaching implication is that a more pathogenic approach to health is currently taken, viewing health as a lack of disease rather than a salutogenic approach. This impacts how the curriculum is taught and how students learn about their personal health. And some learning implications. So some Year 10 students may feel overwhelmed with the transition to the ATAR system and a spike in academic pressure when they reach senior school. Without strategies to support their wellbeing, this is leading to an increase in counselling visits mentioned earlier. Following that, Eitzel suggests that good mental health and wellbeing can be a good predictor of better educational outcomes. Not having a wellbeing program could indirectly impact students' learning in other subject areas as well. Another implication for learning is that students are subjected to a more pathogenic or biomedical view of health currently. Students at the school are not immersed in the salutogenic approach to mental health and wellbeing, meaning that they may view their health in a deficit-based orientation. So my proposed innovation is to introduce a mental health and wellbeing unit for Year 10 students in Term 3 of school. This corresponds to the same time when they are choosing their senior pathways and they might be starting to think about their futures. This is also the same term as Are You OK Day. Students would learn about the different dimensions of health, strategies to combat stress and anxiety related to school and academics, and about the protective factors they can access. This would be coupled with participation in physical activities that can boost mental health, such as yoga, social sport, and walking in nature to cover the physical dimension of health. It directly links to the mental health and wellbeing focus area, as well as the health benefits of physical activity. It would cover the content descriptors 8 and 10 from making healthy and safe choices substrand, and 4 and 5 of the making active choices substrand. For teachers, this unit directly links to APST 4.4, which requires teachers to support students' wellbeing. Key stakeholders would be the students, HPE teachers, counsellors and chaplains, the leadership team for this innovation. The main stakeholders, students, would receive many anticipated benefits from the wellbeing unit, including strategies for academic stress during assessment periods and a better breadth of understanding about how beneficial physical activity is for physical health and also mental wellbeing. Here are some aspects to consider, and here are the references. Thank you for listening.